Another month, another budget video. Well, we are finally in the month of August. I'm very excited because I'm so done with 2022. If you've watched any of my vlogs, you'll know that I have been like in doctors and hospitals and just suffering a little bit, but I will speak more about my health in my vlogs if you're interested about it. But I'm doing a lot better, so I am very grateful for where I am right now. But I have a story to tell you, and I want you to leave this video and go and check your policies. I've been telling you guys for a few budget videos that something's amiss with my order. Something just doesn't look so liquor. I'm seeing no growth. I can't understand why I'm struggling to increase it, because when I took it out versus what I'm earning now, I knew that I could put a lot more into my order, and I could not understand why I'm struggling this much to get this company to just do what I wanted to do. Last month, I said that I was gonna take a day off, do all my admin, sort out this order. But I know myself, I was never gonna take that admin day off. So I looked at a more proactive way and I asked them to call me. So I'm with Old Mutual, and I only am with Old Mutual because my parents were always with Old Mutual. A lot of us base our like money decisions or take out policies with these companies because of our parents. Yeah, my parents put their money in there, so it's kind of fine. And at the time, obviously I didn't learn what I'm learning now. I obviously have a lot more knowledge in finances, like a little bit more than just the basics. They gave me a call. As you know, in South Africa, you never just get through one person, you go through multiple people before someone can actually help you. And I explained to this woman, listen, I have two questions. Number one, the product that I have, I don't see it's on your website anymore. Is it the product that I have, is it an old product? And if so, can I move it to one of your new products? And how would that process work? And the second question was, I really want to up my retirement annuity, like what's going on? I don't understand why is it so difficult. And she laughed in my face, guys. So I'm with Old Mutual, and there's been a lot of backlash with this particular company, but you can do your own research on it. And it's not the first review where people are saying, people at Old Mutual specifically, these people laugh in your face or laugh over your ear. And then she told me that what I have is not a retirement annuity, it is just a savings for retirement plan. Now, can you imagine if I found this out when I actually retired? I said, okay, like why did you give me this plan? I don't understand. I specifically know that I asked for the RA. Here's the kicker. No ma'am, we give these plans to people who earn below a threshold. Now, I just want to take a step back, because what utter cuck is that? Sorry for my French, because unless you have like a provident and pension fund from your company, which if you do have, that's all good and well, and you are allowed to take retirement annuities out on your own. But in my case, where I don't have benefits, I need to go and seek out these benefits, and I'm coming to an organization saying, hey, I would like to take an RA out and I want to save money for my future, but you as a company are saying, but you earn below the company's threshold. We're not giving you an RA, we're just giving you a savings plan. Guys, that doesn't sit well with me, because can you imagine how many other people is in the same predicament right now? And I don't know if it's just Old Mutual or if the other companies are doing that. I can't say, but I was just flabbergasted. So I said, I can't dwell on this at the moment. I've lost so much years thinking that I have an RA and I don't. And so they put me through a financial advisor. We spoke through stuff. She sent me a quote, and I was like, you know what, as much as this is a very crappy situation that I found myself in, number one, I'm glad it didn't happen when I retired. Number two, this is actually a brilliant opportunity for me to go and shop around. So what I did was I printed the documents. I actually read the fine print, because a lot of us, we don't read the fine print, and I understand sometimes it's thick documents like this, but I think carving out time to read the fine print and to kind of understand what the policy is that you're taking out, or a contract that you're taking out, to fully understand what is going to happen. Because a lot of these companies like to throw at you when something happens, but you signed this contract and this clause was in there, or this was in there, or that was in there, and we didn't read the stuff. So I then spent a week speaking to different financial advisors and asking their opinion, asking questions, this, that, and the other, because at the end of the day, these companies want you as a customer, and also these financial advisors get commission if they like onboard you. So that's what I did. So I'm with a new company, and then the money that was sitting in the savings plan, I could surrender. So and I didn't have to take, there was no penalty involved, so that was great. So I surrendered the policy, and then I originally was like, should I put this money back into the new RA, which you could, but then my financial advisor, we spoke, and then he said, why don't I use it for emergency funds? I was like, no, it's fine. I actually allocate money towards emergency funds every month. Why don't I use it for debt? And I said, oh great, I should use it for debt. I mean, I was toying with the idea of maybe putting it in a unit trust, and yeah, I was like just seeing what I could do with the money. Originally I did make a list of debts that I wanted to pay, but unfortunately I have a lot of medical bills streaming through, so we're using that money for medical expenses, which is a blessing in disguise because they are quite a bit. So I'm actually glad that this money kind of, it's my own money, but it kind of came in. But I want you to leave this video and check the policies that you currently have, because when I was done with this new information, I spoke with a colleague of mine straight afterwards, and she said the exact same thing happened to her, where she thought she took the specific policy out, and then a few years later she went to go and relook at it, and it ended up being a totally different policy. And she used to work in the financial sector, and she said this is such a common thing where you have this misconception that you have taken a specific policy out, and then it ends up being completely something else, and then a lot of people are just screwed. Please leave here, go check the policies, go make sure that it is the things that you have taken out. If not, go and rectify it immediately. My colleague did mention that I should lodge a complaint with Old Mutual and then report them to the Financial Service Ombudsman, but I have been fighting all my life for various things, and the best thing I could do is just for them to lose me as a customer. So for the August budget, everything has stayed the same in terms of income, and then Courtney just got a little bit extra this month. I'm not entirely sure why though, but I ain't complaining. And then for recurring expenses, we're staying here for another year because our rent, again this year, this is the third year that our landlord has not increased our rent, so I'm very happy with that. And we don't have to move, we don't have to get like moving boxes and stuff like that, and to be honest, we just don't have the additional money to go and search for a new place and put security deposits down and stuff like that. So we love our landlord, we love where we are at the moment, not entirely, just because I now predominantly work from home. So the one thing I would love is like an actual balcony to go outside, but that's a me problem and not a you problem. Our rent has stayed the same, so I'm glad about that because that's the biggest expense. Food is going to be interesting because of my health issues, I have to have lifestyle changes, and those lifestyle changes are costly. I'm trying to navigate those at the moment. Petrol, I had to put 1,000 extra towards petrol, even though petrol is coming down by about R1.32. It is what it is. I had to up it because it wasn't balancing out quite nicely. Personal care went up at 200 Rand because, you know, personal care kind of goes up and down. For savings this month, there are no savings this month. There's a little bit in emergency fund, but for the most part there is no access fund and no savings. Debts have stayed the same. And then for policies, I now obviously have my new retirement annuity, which I'm like happy about. I saw that they would order go and all is right with the world, so I'm starting kind of from scratch. But what's great though is that I kind of explained my story and said, you know, once our household becomes debt free, I am in a position where I can put a lot more in. And he says like if you get increases and certain checks and bonuses, you can actually put a lump sum in there. So that also gave me kind of a lot more thought and like hope that I can. That doesn't mean I'm putting all my eggs into one basket. I do know that I have to diversify and have my eggs in a lot of baskets, but financially I'm not just there yet. For subscriptions, I had to upgrade Google, unfortunately, so that's an additional 30 Rand. Yes, it might be a 30 Rand, but these things start to add up very quickly. And then for extras this month, I'm on an additional poll on top of all the other polls, so that's another 100 Rand. So there's that. And then I had to pay our mechanic the last bit of money that we owed him. And then, as you know, it's my 30th and I'm doing a 11-day road trip, so I paid all the accommodations. That's why there's no savings and access fund and all that jazz. So I paid the last bit of the accommodations that I needed to pay for, and then there's a little bit of money left for us to go and do our thing for my 30th. So we're going to the Free State. I'm very excited. I've never been there before. I know it's riddled with potholes. At the moment, I'm in the process of getting onto Courtney's medical aid. It wasn't something that I was planning on doing this year, just because I was wanting Courtney to be out of debt before I do anything new. But based on just my health condition and the fact that everything is out of pocket, it's now to a point where I have to be on a medical aid. So we are in the process of rearranging our budget so that I can be on it without us having to lose categories, or kind of still maintaining somewhat of a proper lifestyle, I guess. We're just trying to get that ball rolling, so maybe it will be at the end of August, maybe the end of September. I don't know. Courtney's struggling with paperwork. It's a bizarre thing with their company. And then I'm going to look into gap cover as well, and I'm also looking into dread and disability, just because, again, because of my health issues, it's something, these are things that I'm now having to think about a lot sooner than I would have thought once we were debt free. So yeah, there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of moving things. Thank you so much for watching this budget video. Please, when you are done with here, check your policies. There's nothing worse than having a wrong policy that you did not sign up for. So make sure to do that, and I will see you guys in my next budget video. Bye guys.